I've wanted to make this video for a really long time, because I love this character so much. Um, I play this game kind of on and off, in seasons, you know what I mean? I'll play for a couple of months and then I'll stop for like a year and I'll come back for another couple of months. But one thing I find is I never really get sick of playing this character, all these other characters, um, I just got done doing a live stream, playing some Jack and some Titus, and those are some of my favorite characters to play, but, you pretty much crack most characters' playbook pretty quickly. And so I get sick of playing a lot of these other characters pretty fast because it becomes very samey. It becomes very rock, paper, scissors sort of fighting game. Like you can block, or you can do a bravery attack, or you could do an HP attack, or you can die. It becomes very, rock, paper, scissors. But something about this character, um, the depth of the things that you can do with this character are so immense that I'm always learning something new with this character. I've been playing this character on and off for years, and I'm always learning new ways to play this character. Like, there's such a depth of intricacy and, you know what I mean? So many different philosophies behind how you can approach this character. It's a really awesome character to play. And part of what made me want to make this video, I'm not the best Dissidia player in the world by any stretch of the imagination. I'm sure there's all kinds of there's some Japanese channel that I've never seen before, setting up all kinds of crazy, intricate assist character punishes, crazy mind combos and stuff. But and probably all kinds of tournaments and footage like that I can't find anywhere of amazing god tier Emperor play. But generally, when I go to YouTube and I type in Dissidia Duodecim Emperor, I see just endless amounts of videos from 13, 14, 15 years ago, which is when this game was popular, because it was when it was released. Most of the Emperor play I see back then, it hurts to watch. It's really hard to watch. I've almost never seen a character played so badly. So nobody back then knew how to play this character. And sadly, I haven't really seen any other footage of other Emperor players just doing their thing. You know what I mean? So, I don't think I'm the best Dissidia player, but I definitely think I have a much better grasp on this character than most of these players. They just don't understand the core philosophy of this character at all. And it really hurts to watch. It's very poor gameplay. And so I wanted to kind of give an idea of how I approach this character and some good ideas sort of to implement. So pretty much the premise of this character is defense. I believe this character is by far the best defensive character in the game. I've done a lot of live streams playing Emperor, and it's not uncommon for me to go through a multi-hour-long live stream never getting hit by an HP attack once. And this is definitely more so true against AI. And that's another thing I should bring up, is that this character, I can see why he's not as popular in player versus player situations. Although it's true that the defensive structures you can make with Emperor can almost make you sort of untouchable. This character also has some of the longest frames for setups for their attacks, you know what I mean? And also very high vulnerability. So for example, Golbez has Genesis Rock, which is a long sort of animation, but very invulnerable during that during that attack, right? Very hard to get in and do anything with that. You're mainly just focusing on just dodging all that. Emperor, similar sort of frame animation time, but the attack that you're putting out is not protecting you so much while you're putting it out, and also you're very vulnerable while you're doing it. So there's a number of ways to kind of intercept Emperor while he's setting up his traps that make him very vulnerable. And so that's why I could see that why against a player, he could be kind of a weaker option. But against the AI, I strongly believe this is the best character against AI in the entire game. And that's because of the character's sort of strengths. The character's strengths are super ultra defensive and very good at building assist gauge very fast in ways that basically continue to add value. In other words, you build assist gauge by just throwing out attacks. This is true. You get more assist gauge by throwing out different attacks. So most characters don't have attacks that are fast enough to just be throwing out like that. Like Tidus, for example, he has Hop Step, and also you have Wither Shot. And those are things you can kind of throw out, and you know, you kind of sort of get a little value out of the Wither Shot, but otherwise that Hop Step, just throwing it out to build the assist gauge, you're not really getting much value out of it. Whereas with Emperor, every attack that you use continues to provide value because it is a defensive structure. It's a trap. And so there's so many ways. There's so many different sort of quick attacks you could throw out. Like a Starfall cancel or a Dreary Cell that build assist gauge pretty fast and don't really go to waste. You know what I mean? Or you throw out a Red Flare that doesn't go to waste. Or you can throw out Mines. Those don't go to waste. There's so many different ways to build assist gauge. And what you're putting out continues to stay out there. And it continues to provide value. So very fast at building assist gauge. And what you're doing to build the assist gauge continues to provide defensive value. So it's all about assist punishing. And also, against the AI, all those little structures you're putting out totally makes the AI overthink. And on top of that, the AI has almost no assist punish awareness. So in this game, you can't really be air dodging all willy-nilly, except for neutral air dodging. Provided you don't have full all three evasion boosts, ground, air, and regular evasion boost, and precision evasion. If you just keep dodging around in the air all willy-nilly like that, you now just decided to be set up for an assist punish. And Emperor is all about these assist punishes. That's really, to me, the core philosophy of this character. Is you can set up defensive situations to defend yourself that make the AI overthink and kind of jump around, and then you assist punish them very easily with the assist bar that you build very easily, and doing attacks that continue to provide value. So sort of this integration of defensiveness and assist is really what this character is all about. And also maybe want to go to the wiki page for Final Fantasy, finalfantasy.fandom.com, for the Emperor Mateus page. In the personality segment of this wiki article, it says, "The Emperor of Palamecia is cunning, subtle, rude, and arrogant. He calls Firion by name after he defeats the Emperor's behemoth, but other times calls them insects or worms. Owing to his arrogant nature, the Emperor never fights unless he has to, and has his minions do the work for him." Has his minions do the work for him. That's a really big premise behind this character, in my opinion, is how much it leans into assist punishing. What assist are we using? We are using Tidus. A lot of people suggest Jekt. The problem with Jekt is you need to have like a totally flat stage with no sort of banish traps in it to constantly be able to get full value out of Jack. Otherwise, there's all these situations where you could be getting an assist punish, but you really can't because Jack is just going to spike the enemy down into a banish trap, or you're going to spike them down to like a lower sort of altitude or height that you can't quickly get down to that situation fast enough to get that punish in. Whereas with Tidus, there's a guaranteed assist punish every time, and that assist punish is the red flare. And the red flare is so important for this character. Is where he gets most of his HP damage from, because in almost every situation, it's like a guaranteed wall rush downward. And so the three ways that we're building this character are around assist, obviously, initial bravery, and bravery in general, and HP wall rush. This character can do ridiculous amounts of damage right off the bat, and I'm going to show you how. We got done talking about that wiki article, the Emperor's Behemoth. Yeah, actually the Behemoth is actually going to be really important here, because we're going to have initial bravery, we're going to have initial assist. We're going to have an assist gauge right off the bat. You can right off the bat make the enemy AI air dodge, then you assist punish, then you have like a ton of initial bravery. You're going to see our initial bravery is almost 3,000. And so if you use Behemoth, that doubles, that's 6,000. And then when you get your wall rush, and you're going to see we have a boosted wall rush HP by 30%. Generally, you're going to see around like 7,000 damage right off the bat. You just take out their entire health bar just like in the first like 5 seconds of the match. Of course, the downside of the Behemoth is that after that, your bravery starts to decrease. Bravery tax after that. And so, you got to play around that. Ifrit gets rid of that penalty, but it does only do 150%, so that's pretty much the two summons we're using. To go over to our equipment, Piggy Stick. Piggy Stick, this is definitely a devil's bargain sort of item, and that's one of two sort of devil's bargain sort of equipment items that we're going to be using. Piggy Stick is the highest bravery boost weapon. The downside of that is our bravery recovery is down by 80%. And so this leaves you super ultra vulnerable to break. We're going to build around that to cancel out this penalty. But just to let you know that's there. The other super ultra bravery boosting equipment item is Thornlet. 500 boost to your bravery base is absolutely insane. The penalty there is if you dodge or you block, you do lose bravery. And so that's something to keep in mind. So Chainsaw. Chainsaw is so important for this character. Not just because it's the highest bravery boosting item, but also that wall rush HP damage plus 20% makes Emperor into an absolute damage monster. Because we're going to be assist punishing so often, and we assist punish with the red flare, we're going to be getting wall rush all day long. And so that 20% on top of our crazy high bravery numbers is going to be huge. And also, as far as the how would you say, the armor, the chest item, auto crossbow, highest bravery chest in the game is auto crossbow at 79. Yeah, so over to our accessories. This is how we're going to mitigate our Piggy Stick. Great Gospel gives us 50% bravery recovery. And Bravery Orb gives us 30% bravery recovery. Altogether, that gives us 80% bravery recovery. And that fully cancels out the penalty of the Piggy Stick. Hero Seal. So yeah, that initial... We're building a lot around initial bravery here. and plus 50% is absolutely huge. Another way we're getting our initial bravery is first to victory for another 20% initial bravery. So that's initial bravery plus 70%. Okay, so wall rush, additional wall rush is going to be our sniper eye. So that brings us to 30% HP wall rush from additional HP wall rush damage from our chainsaw and our sniper eye. Rabbit's Foot. So this allows us to always have Ifrit or Behemoth ready, and you're going to find we're going to be using those a lot. Just to get a little bit more into the bravery side of things, Blue Gem for plus 60. This you can conceivably sort of tag out for, what's it called? Battle Ring. Yeah, so again, this character is all about assist. It's all about assist punishing. And so, where'd that thing go? There we go. Actually, 5% chance to not drain your assist bar when you're going to be throwing out assist punishes constantly actually is almost too much value. I actually nerfed myself on purpose by not using that because I don't want my streams to be nothing but assist punishes all day long. So instead, I went with the blue gem for 60 extra bravery. But if you want to be just totally optimal against AI, yeah, definitely that item that I just forgot the name of, Battle Ring, is good. And now we get to sort of our bread and butter assist build items side by side. This is the foundation of any assist build. Basically what this does is it makes it so you can't use your EX bar anymore. But when you have this, any HP attack you do will fill your assist bar. So you're just going to have assist bar on assist gauge on top of assist gauge on top of assist gauge for days. Together as one, not only is this good for the initial assist, which is going to be good for getting our that initial super huge HP chunk punish right off the bat. Again, that's our initial bravery is going to be somewhere around 3,000, building off of that base 1723. And so when we behemoth to make that times 2, that's like 6,000. And then with our wall rush, that ends up being like 7,500. And so being able to get that right off the bat before they can even mess with your bravery, that initial assist definitely helps with that. But even more important is our assist gauge duration. Again, the idea behind this character is that all of your moves continue to provide value, defensive value, while they build assist gauge. And also another thing is you get extra assist by doing different attacks. And so, I don't know if I already talked about this. Sorry, I tried recording this video twice. But there's so many different attacks that Emperor can throw out and diversify to build assist gauge really quickly. But sometimes you got to be on the move and you want to hold on to the assist gauge. Together as one is very good for that. And not only is First to Victory good for our initial bravery, but it's also good for the initial assist charge as well. There is also Badge of Trust. I don't actually suggest Badge of Trust because it only gives you initial assist, and we are already going to have enough initial assist with this character. Over to our attacks. I'm just going to show you what's on screen here. The only thing I'm going to mention here is Bombard. You can't use landmines. You're going to want Bombard. I gotta go blow my nose. I'm sorry. One sec, guys. This is getting fucking ridiculous. Okay. Okay. I don't know what allergens are in the air just today, but this is where we're at. Bombard. Why is Bombard? We use that instead of landmine. Is your blue flare is going to be getting turned around sometimes. In fact, if this was against a player, this is another sort of downside of Emperor against player. Is there's so many ways for enemy players to turn your blue flare around. A lot of HP attacks will do that. Even some bravery attacks will do that, like Cecil's dart will do that. And you know, most defensively, all it takes is a one eject block to turn around uh, your blue flare. So against a player, I could see why this character is kind of weak, but against the AI, very strong. And sometimes your blue flare is going to get turned around on you, so you're going to want that bombard. Also, uh, there's a lot of situations, not a lot. There's a couple situations where you can actually get value out of this move against enemies' moves. So the classic example is Vaughn's Windburst. You can actually turn Vaughn's Windburst around on him. And so I've had a lot of situations where the Vaughn AI will actually run into its own Windburst and take damage that way. Um, Sometimes you can turn Terra's Meltdown back around on her. I have had that situation before. And other moves that you think would turn the attack around just don't, like Gilgamesh's Missile. It actually just eliminates the missile. And yeah, that's really all I'm going to speak on. You can all see what's here. Really nothing to see here. This is just the setup. And I'll talk more about that when we get into the combat. Yeah, you know, recovery attack, control recovery. Omni Air Dash. Yeah, believe it or not, I have actually seen footage of people playing this character while they try to play it with the free Air Dash, which is fucking insane to me. Like, that's not how this character is designed to be played. It's all about sort of running away and setting up defensive situations and then getting them to come to you and getting them to put themselves in positions to get punished, essentially. So I have seen generally the two ways I see people approaching this character a lot of times in the videos, which are just, they're sad to watch, is I see people kind of just throwing out traps just willy-nilly, no rhyme or reason. And I also, believe it or not, have seen some people play sort of a rushdown style Emperor. And it's like, man, you really put your pants on your head with that one. Omni Air Dash Plus. Trust me on that one. Ground Dash, you actually are going to want the Ground Dash because that's how you get your Thunder Crest punish a lot of times. So that's why we're not using the Omni Ground Dash. Free Air Dash boost, definitely huge. Assist Gauge Up Dash, you're not actually getting value out of that with your Omni Air Dash, but sometimes you are going to go in for that Thunder Crest punish. And sometimes you may not even have enough assist to protect yourself, I should say. And so when you go in there, you dash in, you try to get your Thunder Crest punish. They may dodge, and when they dodge, that assist gauge up dash just gave you enough assist to use a chunk and then get an assist punish. All three evasion boosts are huge. Descent speed boost is actually really important for this character. Because our base bravery pool is so huge, it actually takes a little longer to get back to our baseline. And so a big way that this character protects himself is because he almost always is getting the bravery, getting the HP attack with the red flare. That can send the enemy down a lot of times while you're way up in the top of the stage. The idea is you're going to Omni Air Dash away about as much as you can to buy time. And then you can descent speed boost directly down super fast. And by the time that you're doing all of that keep away, all your bravery is back. And also descent speed boost is just a great way of navigating from the top of the stage all the way back to the bottom of the stage really quickly. setting yourself up in different situations. With this character, you have to be a master of not just zoning, but stage awareness. Your traps and getting them set up has a lot to do with stage awareness. So controlling your position is really important. The descent speed boost is really good for that. Snooze and lose. Yeah, this is absolutely non-negotiable. You need to have this because basically this character is so defensive that the AI is going to overthink so much that they're kind of just going to flop around and not taking any actions. And all of that time, uh, their bravery is going down. And it may actually even reach the point that it reaches zero or around zero. And that is where you would actually use your light crest most of the time. That mid-air light crest, you don't have a lot of uses for that. You don't really want to be using that as like a defensive sort of structure because that'll get turned around on you all the time. Um, those can get sent back your way so easily with like the precision sort of blocks that the AI does. But with that snooze and lose, you can kind of throw that out there when the AI is not expecting it. It'll hit them, and their bravery is zero from the snooze and lose, so you can get a brave break just off doing that. Um, Health task gear. Yep. I mean, these are sort of the things you're going to need to equip in order to wear your machines, your auto crossbow and your chainsaw and your piggy stick. And you can take your pick. You can either do best dresser or machinery. They have the same effect, giving you an extra 100 bravery to get us to that 1,723 base bravery total. And yeah, that's pretty much the action. Without further ado, let's get into some games, and I'm going to start showing how I get down with this character. Hey, fitting stage. Okay, so that's the first thing. I gotta learn to gotta learn to not use the start button. I gotta learn to use the escape button for this. Um, the red flare. Everything is about this character for me is about the red flare. Some people think it's about the blue flare. I think it's more about the red flare. Not only is this your main HP attack assist punish follow up, but this is an amazing defensive structure that it stops rush down, so they can't just run right into you and harass you however way they want. So actually, this invalidates most of the core mechanic of what this game is. Most of this game is literally like rock paper scissors. Will you block the bravery attack and take the HP attack, or will you sort of um, uh, expect the HP attack, or maybe do a dodge and stand in position and actually get hit by the bravery attack because you were expecting that. So that rock, paper, scissors is what the game is all about. This red flare completely invalidates that because they can't really get right up in your face and harass you like that. And additionally, a really big value out of this red flare is it has reflection properties. So projectile reflection properties. So once again, the biggest issue with this character is the long sort of animation times where you're left kind of vulnerable to where enemies can get around you and kind of fuck with you. Like for example, I'm going up against Titus right now. I could easily see a situation where he does that sort of like side dodge attack into like the little sword swing and then to an HP attack chain. Um, and I would be just totally left vulnerable in the time it takes for me to cast this thing. Um, but essentially they wow, I totally lost my train of thought. But yeah, with that flare there, they can't do rush down and oh yeah, I remember my point. Um, this is going to protect you from projectiles all day long. And it gives you time to be throwing out your next traps safely. Because one of the biggest ways, the easiest ways to be intercepted while you're doing that is for the enemy to cast out a projectile. And in the time it takes for you to set up your trap, the projectile hits you. Because you were doing an attack while the projectile hits you, it gives them assist gauge. Now they can punish you with assist. So that red flare is so important. It's also a way of training the enemy. You can't really set this thing up right unless they're on the ground. And so every time they're on the ground, you can throw this out and it'll get set up perfectly. And this thing is such an annoyance to the enemy that it almost trains them that it's not safe to be on the ground. So it makes them flop around more. And so when they're flopping around more, they get kind of off balance. The blue flare is going to be flying around. They may find themselves accidentally air dodging, and that's an assist punch right off the bat. So I like to start off most of my matches with setting up that red flare. And yeah, let's continue. And sometimes they're just dumb like that. Okay. Now you see that right there? That's the problem with the AI. They have no assist punish awareness. They thought they were just going to air dodge. Now they're getting assist punished. Now let's start from the beginning. I just want to exemplify a point of how much damage this character can do. And we don't have the assist, the behemoth equipped, but... Okay. It's not as much as it could be, but it's still going to be a lot. Okay. 4,489 plus 1,458. That's like 6,000 right there. Look how much we took out of that HP pool. Now we're going to get into the next part of this character's game, which is protecting your bravery, which the Omni Air Dash is such a big part of. This is the runaway stage. Throwing out those dreary cells and those mines. And then kind of just running around the dreary cell. Because the thing is, with the mines, you can get through the mines by actually free air dashing through them. So when you throw out the mines, the impulse of the AI is actually to just rush you down. The dreary cell is the opposite. The dreary cell is like this roadblock that they'll stop right in their tracks. They'll kind of like air dodge around it. Because you can't rush that down, you get caught in the trap. The problem is the dreary cell takes a little bit longer to set up, so it could leave you vulnerable in certain situations. Again, the period of vulnerability with Emperor is always when he's setting up the trap. Once the trap is set up, it becomes a very strong, defensive, safe character. So basically, if you have some mines and some dreary cell next to each other, it kind of leaves the enemy sort of like in this like what do I do situation, because they want to rush you down to get those mines out of the way, but they don't want to rush into the dreary cell either. So when they're having that dilemma, your bravery is getting replenished, and so it leaves you in a situation where your bravery ends up being pretty safe. It's always good to have that blue flare out there as a threat, you know? You want the enemy to be overthinking. They want to be thinking about what their situation is, where they're at, so that it gives you time to set up your stuff. Anytime the enemy's on the ground, I'm casting out that red flare, because now what's he going to do? Whenever it's safe, it's good to have that Thunder Crest just kind of laying around out there. Because there's a lot of situations where, and that Thunder Crest doesn't last a long time, but it lasts just enough to be dangerous. It's not just about punishing with that thing. It's not just about looking for an opening and then rushing in and throwing that on them. It's also just kind of having that laying around out there sometimes, because you can kind of guide them into the Thunder Crest. This is going to be a bombard situation. I turn it back around on him. It also can just make them overthink and air dodge around all willy-nilly like that. Yeah, the blue flare is a great get away from me sort of option. Push them back. And you see it's like sort of those structures like the red flare and the thunder crest. You kind of like rotate around them. Now, like a funny thing about this character is there's almost sort of like an interesting sort of like solar system sort of theme. Like the red flare sort of like kind of plays like the sun, like you kind of like move around it, and you kind of dot up the sky with these sort of stars, right? The dreary cells and the mines. Something almost like you're creating sort of like a solar system. Meanwhile, the blue flare kind of has its slow approach. They can't get too close or they're going to get hit by that thunder crest. And anytime that they're getting caught in the thunder crest, they punish with the red flare. I'm going to stop and say that right now. Um, I am amazed at the lack of common sense of what people follow up with their Thundercrest with, their Thundercrest punish. I have seen people use another Thundercrest on top of the Thundercrest, which caused them to fly up, and they do an assist punish. Like that didn't need to be an assist punish. That could have just been a regular. You already have them trapped. Okay, more common though. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'll see people do mines. The mines are not really worth the value in most situations unless they're at the point that you got them very close to a break, very low on the bravery. So you don't want to be following that up with a mine. Usually, you want to be following that up with HP damage. Most commonly, I see people doing the blue flare. You're not getting the maximum value out of your punish by doing the blue flare. You want to get that wall rush damage. You can get a lot of extra damage doing that wall rush damage. That's why you always use the red flare. You got to be kind of precise sometimes. Actually, I'm going to restart to show how much damage we can do. And I'm going to let him have that. Watch this. 6,008. 6,008. Now, how much with wall rush is that going to do? You guys see that? That's like 8,000 damage. You know? Okay, but here's the downside of that. That was a lot of damage to take. So now it becomes the keep away game. Remember our keep away game? Jury cell and landmine. Look at him. Look at him overthinking. Now, another thing about the mines. You don't always want to be throwing out the mines. It's very situational. And the reason that is because this character is all about assist punishing. Um, those mines have gravity. When you do your assist punish, the mines are going to gravitate them toward into the mines, and most often, they're actually going to get hit by the mine, which is going to stop your whole HP attack combo. So, where you want to use the mines, other than our keep away game, we just gave the example of the keep away game. It's good to throw out mines when you have assist lock, meaning you can't use assist characters anyways. Yeah, you can't use assist punishes anyways, and so those extra mines can help. Oh my god! One fucking second. This is so annoying. Okay, we're back. We're back. Okay, so just to go over that again, mines are great during your bravery recovery phase as a keep away tool. Mines are good when you're under assist lock because that'll help improve your defense, help keep the enemy away from you while your assist gauge is coming back. And mines are good in a limited capacity when you've used up all of your assist gauge, and it's time to replenish your assist gauge. And then, but when you after you're done replenishing your assist gauge, you generally want to fly away from those mines so that your assist punish doesn't get caught up with the mines. Yeah, the fuck up there. Watch this. Oh my god, look at that damage. Okay, that was also a fuck up. Because I'm thinking about what I want to talk about too. Yeah, that it's good to start out with that mine when you're flying away, protect your bravery, because you kind of see what the temperature check. You know what I mean? What move are they going to do? Are they going to go for a projectile? Then you can fly away. Remember, our Starfall has reflection frames. Okay, always want to have that blue flare going as much as you can. Now this is a good setup right here that I just did. When they kind of dodge like that, and it makes the blue flare kind of be coming down at them. That can be a good time that you dodge in such a way that you throw out the Thunder Crest so it's going low. Thunder Crest is going low, blue flare is going high. There's a lot of situations where now the AI sees the Thunder Crest, so it wants to front air dodge, but they're going to actually air dodge right into the blue flare sometimes. Start with a mine. Look at that damage. Throw out some mines. Dreary Cell. Mines. Why isn't he rushing me down? Because I'm giving him distractions. Once again, that's the premise of this character is kind of pulling them into your traps, kind of luring them into your traps. And so you have like a Thunder Crest sitting out there, and so you can kind of go to the side of the Thunder Crest, and they sometimes, when you dodge, you'll dodge right into it, so their animation will actually lead them right into the trap. Okay, now we're at no assist. So not a good place to be. Anytime they're on the ground, I'm trying to get that red flare set back up. And it'll more so come into play when you have a larger stage, but... Sorry, video cut out. But I was saying that basically it'll come more into play on larger stages. But when you got enough space between you and the opponent, it's a good thing to just be throwing out moves like Starfall, Cancel, and Dreary Cell. to build your assist gauge up.
Confident in your skill?
This is actually the worst stage for Emperor. It's claustrophobic, it's super vertical. Emperor doesn't have a lot of verticality. Sadly didn't get our bravery back enough. Here's a move I like to do a lot is hang a Thunder Crest on the edge of the stage. And when they're coming from the way below, you'd be surprised how often that catches them. Okay, here's another concept too, is untargeted flares. Basically, your flare is always going to track the opponent. That's true, but when they're targeted, it'll immediately start tracking. And there's a lot of situations where you want to have that blue flare out, but if you were to throw it out, it would actually hit the stage and it would self-detonate. So in order to get around that, like a situation like this, you untarget and it'll actually go straight. See the difference here? It goes straight down. Whereas if you do it untargeted, it goes straight and then it'll go down to track them. And there's going to be some situations too where you do the same thing with the red flare to get the red flare set up. See how they're just kind of flopping around? And that's what I was talking about. A lot of times you hang that Thunder Crest right off the edge of the stage and they'll just run right into it.
Entertain me. Run amok.
Big old damage. I mean, we might not get the wall rush though. Yeah, we didn't get the wall rush, but that's okay. Hanging off the edge of the stage. Kind of, how does our dynamite fit into things? Now there is situations where you get the gravity from the dynamite and you throw out a red flare and the spacing is just right that they're too busy trying to pull themselves out of the gravity, and that gives you just enough spacing to hit them with the red flare. But more often, I'll show you in the next match.
You don't plan to win. Run amok. Run amok.
Let's get the initial punish. Ooh, look at that sexy damage. Look at that sexy damage, bro.
Too late. Away. Away. Run amok.
Look at this. One more hit and we're out of here. Oh my goodness gracious.
Run amok.
What's my point? Oh yeah, the dynamite. Yeah, let me show you how I use the dynamite. Actually, most of the time, I'm not actually trying to hit with the dynamite. I'm trying to give enough space here to make my point. Yeah, I want to make my point, so I'm just going to keep this match going. Okay, so you could do that. You could stop moving, you piece of shit. This is more so when you have a lot of space between them. Maybe I'll just do it in the next match. You're just being obnoxious. That's another classic setup, is the blue flare is going to make them dodge. The blue flare is going to make them dodge, and then they'll actually going to dodge right into your red flare follow-up.
And to win.
Okay, let me give the
Run
example here.
amok.
Not really the example I'm trying to make.
Miss.
These fucking rush down characters, dude. Come on, rush me down then, motherfucker.
Run amok.
Come and rush me down.
Run amok.
That's something I point out right now is sometimes you do the assist punish too close to the edge of the stage, and your red flare will actually go past the boundary of the stage and not hit the opponent.
Run amok.
Here we go, you floppy motherfucker.
Run amok.
Flippity floppity.
Too late. Away. Run amok. Run amok. Miss. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok.
Gotta think this is gonna... Nope, just gonna kill himself.
Obnoxious.
And this is a terrible stage to make my point. But we'll get to the point that I'm making soon enough.
Run amok. Run amok. Miss.
This is a classic move right here. Right into the trap. That's the whole idea behind this character is make him come right into the trap.
Run amok.
Here we go. Okay, but we're not actually supposed to hit them. But that works too. That can just situationally that can work too. But more often the use of the dynamite for me
Run amok. Run amok. Run amok. Miss. Run amok.
we get a good stage here.
Your skill. Miss.
Got to be super careful around Kefka.
Miss.
This is like a natural counter pick to Emperor. Like the worst possible character to go against.
Evans.
One of the big reasons is Kefka is naturally protected against assist punishes because his fall speed is just ridiculous.
Run amok. Run amok. Miss. Miss. Miss.
Because here's going to be an example of how I do untargeted. You see how I untargeted that? And that makes it go straight.
Run amok. Miss. Run amok.
Why do I go up against Titus for every first match? What?
Run amok.
Okay.
Run amok.
Okay. I think we have enough space here. I'm just having a hard time really making this point for some reason. Okay, well, that's kind of the idea is they air dodge the blue flare, which is can be kind of tricky timing to make sure that they're going to air dodge. But if you follow up the dynamite and you're not actually trying to hit them with the dynamite, you're trying to give just enough time for them to air dodge again, you can basically fine tune when they're going to air dodge to basically guarantee that you're going to get the assist punish.
Run amok.
Starfall, of course, is a taunt, so it's a way of making the enemy come to you.
Here we go. Run amok. Middle. Here we go. Here we go. Run amok. You myself. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok.
That's our keep away stage.
Away. Too late. Run amok. Middle. Run amok.
Idea behind Emperor is don't fight your own battles. Get your minions to do it.
Away. Too late.
Yep. Either they'll try to get rid of the mines using a projectile, and that usually doesn't work because you got too much spacing.
Run amok. Run amok. Middle zone.
And here's how we use that dynamite. I wasn't actually trying to hit them, but they're almost always going to do an air dodge, which leads into an assist punish.
Entertain me. Middle zone.
Now, in the same way that, well, it's funny in different ways. Against the AI, I should say, Jekt is the weakest character, I would say, against Emperor, whereas Kefka is the strongest. But against a player, I could see an argument for the opposite,
Run amok.
maybe, in that Jekt block is the easiest way in the game of turning around that blue flare.
Run amok.
Sometimes it's good to,
Middle. Run amok.
I was going to say, sometimes it's good to give them a little time to get up the wall a little bit more before you hang that thunder crest off the stage. You can catch them a lot with that. But yeah, Jekt is particularly weak against Emperor because everything is just pure rush down with Jekt. And you can't exactly rush down the Emperor.
Run amok.
Sephiroth would be weak against the Emperor, except for he can harass with that Shadow Flare he just did. And that shuts down a lot of Emperor play. Look how long it takes to replenish that bravery.
Run amok. Too late. Run amok. Prepare. Run amok. Run amok.
Okay, that's the keep away stage. What's he gonna do? Shadow Flare, that's easy to get around.
Too late.
See what I mean?
Run amok. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok. Middle. Kill. Run amok. Run amok.
Okay, here's our dynamite setup. Again, you're not really trying to hit them. You're trying to actually encourage them to dodge out of it to get that assist punish.
Run amok. Run amok. Run amok.
Keep away.
Away. Run
Good to
amok.
always have that blue flare out.
Too late.
Now here's the idea here. When we have any sort of time where we're not getting rushed down, you'd be throwing out like a Starfall cancel. Look how much that builds assist. Just a little ha 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 ha. It's totally safe, and it builds a lot of assist.
Run amok. Run amok.
And you start to see what I mean. Like, against AI, I think this is the strongest character in the game. There's no rock, paper, scissors. It's just setups.
Should I go easy on you? Run amok. Run amok. Meddlesome. Run amok.
I knew that one was gonna hit.
Meddlesome. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok. Away. Run amok.
Trying to think if there's any points I haven't made.
You don't plan to win. Run amok. Run amok.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Now we're in the replenish our assist stage.
Too late.
If you were really out, I would start using the mines. But you see how fast we got our assist back? Just that quick.
Run amok.
Okay, now let's keep away.
Too late.
Okay, so untargeted red flare helps us get our red flare set up when the angling wouldn't be right.
Run amok. Run amok.
Okay, now here's a setup here I want to show.
Run amok. Evans.
Okay, bad example because he was too close to the stage.
Run amok.
Now we're doing keep away.
Away. Too late. Run amok. Can't run. Oh. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok.
You can kind of go up to the top of the stage. And now in order to get this high, they need to start air dodging around, which is basically a guaranteed assist punish. Against a player, I don't think that would work, because what you could do is a smart player, not the average player from like 15 years ago. I used to see people get fucked up by that all the time. That's what people would do, is they'd be Emperor, they'd fly up all the way up to the top of the stage. They'd throw up a bunch of dreary cells and a red flare, and then you start like spamming Starfall, and people would actually fall for it. Like, all you would need to do, depending on the character, to get around that, you could actually just free air dash up there and then jump, and then when you think you're going for your assist punish, they actually just jump, so then they still have enough time to block, so they'll block your assist to put you into assist lock. Or a lot of times you actually have an HP attack that that'll just go right through that red flare. And, like one that comes to mind is like Ragnarok Blade.
You don't plan to win. Run amok.
Okay, well that's bullshit.
Run amok. Run amok. Metal. Run amok. Metal. Run amok.
Oh my.
Run amok. Run amok. Metal. Run amok. Just leave it to me. Metal soul. Run amok. Prepare.
When you have the setup, might as well just go through this. I don't know why I didn't go. Probably has like precision evasion or something.
Run amok. Run amok.
Okay, now it's actually we don't need that much keep away because they set up our bravery for us.
Run amok.
Guess it's a bad decision.
Run amok.
I'm listening to a quickie. Okay, this is a classic one. This is the Emperor versus Emperor Ditto. If you have anybody watches my streams, they know how I approach this.
You have some teeth, I see.
That's it. I already won.
Evans.
I already won. I already won. There's nothing he can do. If he tries to dynamite me, I just move to the left and I dodge it. I mean, granted, if this was a player, that'd be a different story. The Emperor AI is impotent against another Emperor. Nothing he can do. Yeah, if it was a player, you'd be red flaring me already. But yeah, it really is kind of a case of first person to the starfall wins. That's all.
Run amok. Run amok.
Oh, I hate that Shiva summon, dude.
Run amok. Prepare.
A few more matches, I think, to make my point. I wonder if there's anything I haven't covered yet.
Plan to win.
Red flare down.
Run amok.
Dude, when I first got this game, I didn't know how to play either. I don't even know how to do an assist punish. And my friend at the time, he was playing Final Fantasy III, so when I got him into Dissidia, he wanted to play Onion Knight. And so he was thrashing my shit. Because I was playing Emperor like everybody else was on YouTube. I was just throwing out traps, and he just rushed down my shit. I didn't know about the red flare. If you don't have the red flare, or you're not like playing around your Thunder Crest, like if you're in the air at all, and you're not playing around your red flare, like you're gonna get rushed down to fucking hell and back. You go back and watch a lot of those videos on YouTube, and the Emperor is getting rushed down in all those videos. But the Emperor is like the one character who shouldn't be getting rushed down. He's got too many options against that.
Run amok. Metal Song. Suffer. To myself. Metal Song. Run amok.
It's fucked up.
Run amok. Run amok. Run amok.
Keep away. And if you got full assist gauge and they're still not coming to you, Starfall.
Run amok. Run amok.
Ain't gonna work for you, boy.
Run amok.
Damn.
Metal Song. In me. Here we go. Here we go. Run amok. Run amok. Here we go. Away. Too late. Run amok.
So now you see they're far away from me. So now I'm starting my build assist gauge phase. Most of the time, it's just me alternating between Starfall cancel, Dreary Cell, and Flare resets.
Run amok.
And you see I already built like so much assist gauge.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Run amok.
Keep away.
Too late. Away.
Now we got our bravery back.
Metal Song.
Predictable as always.
Run amok. Run amok. Run amok.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Run amok.
Sometimes you don't line it up just enough to get the
Run amok.
wall rush, but that's okay.
Run amok. Run amok. Too late. Run amok.
Butt rock.
Run amok. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok.
Wonder when this song was from, dude. This would have killed in the 90s.
Run amok.
Give me that corn Final Fantasy collaboration.
Run amok. Run amok. Suffer. Too late. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok. Run amok.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I pretty much covered everything.
Run amok.
Yeah, so that's the Emperor. If you like what you saw, come check out some of my streams.
Smile me.
And yeah, that's pretty much the action today. You take care.